Leyton Orient away. Gary, you got the win against Yeovil. I suppose the task now is to back it up, isn't it?
It's always the next task, of course, after a win, and to get back-to-back results is a great time to get it. So I've got to make sure that the group we take down to Leyton Orient is one that knows the situation and wants to keep this football club out of the relegation zone. And this is a great opportunity for us. Obviously, Leyton Orient will see this as a big game for them as well, because although they can't overtake us unless they score a lot of goals, it means that we both know is one of them 6 pointers.
Yeah, it's looked that crucial 6 pointer from a long way off on the horizon, and I suppose no less important. How important is it that the players have got that awareness of the gravity of the situation, if you like? Because there's a couple of times you've mentioned it now.
Well, it is important, and sometimes I test the players in meetings to ask them how many points we got, how many goals we got, what's our goal difference, just to make sure they're keeping abreast of the situation and they understand at any given moment during the game, before the game, after the game, they know exactly where we stand and how important the game is, of course, but there's game management as well. If we're behind, then everyone's got to know you've got to throw the kitchen sink at them. If we're in front, then we've got to make sure that we don't let them back in the game.
I'm sure you can see it as an opportunity, but in a way, is the pressure more on Orient not to lose?
Yes, I think a draw probably is in our favour in a head-to-head with them. Of course it is, but we want the win. If we can get the win, then it'll drag a few other teams into the fray, and we can leapfrog 2 or 3 teams, and the league table look a little bit more comfortable. It won't be over, but it'll be more comfortable with still 13 games to play after this one.
I'm sure you had scouts there for their game against Notts County. What did you learn from that?
Well, I don't want to give any secrets away, sort of thing, but they are where they are. Leyton Orient have always been a big club, certainly at this level. They've laid out quite a bit of financial support to get their team. They've lost some players, a bit like us. Gained some players. I think they gained some in the summer, but in the last window. But it's a bit topsy-turvy there at the moment. So they could go one way or another, and we've got to make sure that we're not the ones that starts their rise, if you like. But we've got to respect them because they are a decent team, and the supporters get behind them there. So it'd be fantastic if our supporters, turn out. I don't want them spending money they haven't got, sort of thing. But our club needs to be very strong now. This is the important time. If you remember last year when we was at the other end of the National League, we kept saying how strong you have to be now, and you have to manoeuvre icebergs, and you have to all sorts of shenanigans happen when it becomes serious, and you've got to make sure you're focused, and I've got to make sure all the club's focused. And if our supporters that travel, which always travel, and we always appreciate them, it'd be great to get them down to Leyton Orient, giving the lads their positive support.
You talk about things that could go either way with Orient. Their captain suspended, Liam Kelly. That could be a big miss for them, or it could prove a galvanising factor, couldn't it?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. It could go. All these things can go either way. He's certainly a miss, Liam Kelly, because he's a good player, and he's not captain for nothing. But obviously he's got quite a big suspension, and that's a big iceberg for them that they've got to adjust from. And we've got to make sure that those sort of things don't happen to us. And if they do, we're ready to go around it.
How's Carl Winchester's head?
It's okay. He's still got bruising on the side of it where the temple is, and but he hasn't been ill for a few days. It was only on the day, so we'll see how he trains today and tomorrow, and then see how it goes from there.
I suppose Kyle Storer, though, pushing for a start and absolutely chomping at the bit if there's an opportunity for him.
Yeah, I think he is. We haven't picked the team yet. We'll see how they train the next couple of days. And it's good to leave them hanging a little bit, just so that we can see the competitive ones and the ones that really want to do it and get in there, because that will be the attitude we're going to need to take down to Orient.
And Dan Holman got a hat-trick for the reserves midweek. I know you've said reserve team football isn't everything, but scoring a hat-trick like that can't hurt him, can it?
I don't think I've ever said about reserve team football not being everything, but because all we make sure. I mean, Bournemouth came down here to win the game. There was a group of youngish lads, a couple of older lads in it, and we had to compete, and it was a proper 90-minute game, because we make it a proper 90-minute game because of the effort that has to be put in, and otherwise you can't tell whether they're ready or not. What I could tell from the other day is that 6 or 7 of them are still absolutely pushing for first team places. And if the first team know, the ones that those people are very close behind them, then you get that competition, and then all of a sudden the standard rises.
Was that illness bug that was blighting the squad for a little while, has that disappeared completely now?
As we speak, I think so. Danny Wright had a little relapse of it. It might have been a bit more than just a bug with him, but he's training today, so he'll be, he's around. He's naturally fit anyway, but he'll be around the next couple of days, and we'll see how he is. So he was the last survivor, and has survived. And hopefully he's in line to be included in the squad.
And injuries, everyone else okay?
Yeah, there's always a couple of little knocks that you have to wait till the end of the week for, but the majority of the squad are fit, and hopefully mentally after our meeting, and we have a look at Orient's last few games, etc. We work on our game because that's important. After that, we'll know exactly where we stand.
Thank you. Good luck.
No problem. Thank you.